10 lines from the bottom on page Dalid in the Maharal. He's speaking about Anivos, Anovo, and Chasidus. Anova is what? He says that's the negation, that's pshitus, simpleness. Chasidus represents goodness, doing goodness. If I could do better, I will do better, within the context of goodness. Okay? Avram Avinu possessed both midos, both of these qualities, these characteristics. So he says over here, V'dov zeyesh lohavin. Kihem amukim b'choch modis. Ve'elu shtei midos. Midas hapshitus. Kashur mesudok min aguf hagashmi. We explained what is another. That itself is a spiritual characteristic. Why? Because you're removing yourself from your physicality. What am I? If you focus on the I, who are you? That's physical. But if it's a negation of oneself, pshitus, and that's really the meat of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So therefore, that's already a spiritual characteristic. Midas hachasidus, kashur mesulak min hara. So in what way does it touch upon spirituality? In terms of anivos, it's because the negation of oneself. And in terms of the chasidus, of course, it's a removal from ra. Anything that has to do with evil is what is only could exist within the physical realm. So a person who emphasizes it goes beyond what he's even obligated in terms of goodness. He's removing himself from ra. Vein laharach b'zeod balkein balamido shu midas hanovo hum yuchad lo'olam habo. He says, therefore, a person who possesses this characteristic of humility, he's designated for the world to come. Ezu ben olam habo. Mer says, chelik. Who's in olam habo? Anveson v'shofir. Person's humble and he's low-spirited. He says, with this, what we've spoken about, you're able to understand what the Gemara, why is he a ben olam habo? It's a spiritual world. And it's removed in every. It's not fathomable, you know. The Navi says, "Ayin lo rosa elokim zu losecho." Even the greatest Navi doesn't know what olam habo is, because even a Navi, when he processes it, you can only process something within your own framework. You can't process something outside of your own framework. So what is our framework? Everything's physical. What is olam habo? We have no idea what it is. We could say there's nothing comparable to it. In terms of pleasure, what's pleasure? We speak of pleasure in olam habo. Is it pleasure within the context of human pleasure? It's not. It's a whole different understanding. You know, you sit and you bask in the radiance of Hashem and so on and so forth. What is that? That is one. It's something which is not, you can't describe it. It's not because you can't describe it, because it's beyond in terms of pleasure. It's a whole different context of what it means. What's pain? What's suffering? We have no idea what it is. Fire. Gehenna is fire. Gehenna has no fire. But if you want to understand what Gehenna is as human beings, it's 60 times hotter than the hottest fire, which exists within existence. But it's not means it's fire. But whatever pain is there, it's 60 multiples of what's the greatest pain within the human context. That's what it means. He says, "Ki bevari olam habo olam haposhev hanivdal, fichoch asher hum yuchad elov asher hum anveson." What's unique about the person? He's anveson ki anovo hu apshitos, kmo shizbar v'hum yuchad lolam habo. Therefore, he's designated for the world to come. Bifrat kashu anelav min acherim umakabel zeh ve'eno olev. A person who's insulted, denigrated. He doesn't react. He doesn't react to, you embarrass me, I'll embarrass you. Even if you have a right, you walk away. That person has a greater level also. That's an indication of his humility. That even gives him a greater claim to Olam Habo, because there he's displaying the characteristic of the ultimate pshitus. Remember Mashgiach once said in a shmuz, he quoted a Rambam in Pirkei Avos, that, I'm not sure if it's a Medrash, but the Rambam brings in his commentary, that there was this person traveling. He went to sleep next to a wall. People would sleep next to a wall for protection. And while he was sleeping, a dog came and urinated on him. while he was sleeping. So this chassid, when he woke up, he realized he's wet. He says the level of joy that he had, that here Hashem put him in the position that he's so belittled, so a sense of not worthlessness, and despite that, he's able not to be upset about it. It was like his opportunity to deal with that challenge. And that gave him a tremendous degree of simcha, that he was able to deal with that challenge. No, nobody says, go swim in a cesspool, and say it's pleasurable. But this came upon him, he wasn't planning it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought it. He brought it to him, why? To give him that challenge, and to be able to succeed in that challenge. This is a tremendous accomplishment. You don't, but because that's the ultimate in humility. That's the ultimate in humility. Who am I? What am I? No, the Nesivos Olam writes when he speaks at Hanova, he says the majority of persons. Why does a person work? Because you have needs, you have amenities. Most amenities are really excesses. Why? Many things that we see as necessities is only because we say anything less than that is not acceptable. The question is why? Why do you need this quality garment? Why do you need so many changes of garments? Why do you need this kind of house, this kind of roof over your head? Why do you need this quality food? In terms of basic needs, which is sufficiently responsible, 95% of whatever the cost factor is immediately removed. That's what it is. So and what's the majority of our time? Occupied in earning a living. So because a person has that sense of self-worth, therefore our life is expended in that self-worth. That's what Nesivos Olam writes. In terms of, so where does it all emanate from? But a person is truly humble and as he doesn't have all those needs. No, nothing less than that. I wouldn't consider that. Why? We're not talking about even something I'm not out of the ordinary. But why even that? Well, because everybody in society has minimally that. I should be less, and if you're less, therefore what? Is that what it's all about? It's not. That's not what it's all about. Which one? No, the Mashgiach. My Mashgiach. It was the Rambam Pirush Mishnayos. He quoted Rambam Pirush Mishnayos. Brings it. He probably brings it from Medrash. There's an argument. See, you said earlier. He doesn't say the other one. It was like Tanakama and Shub ben Levi.
Right. So now we're trying to work out, is Anava higher than Hasidus? Or the second
No, he's showing, even though Hasidus comes, Anava may come after Hasidus, in the pecking order, but the question is, what is the pivotal point which allows you to make that quantum leap? Is it the Anova or is it the Hasidus?
So the Maharal is trying to understand what is Hasidus, right?
Yep.
So one answer is that he's always connected. In other words, there's no room for anything else but a person. That's the idea.
He's explained because Hasidus is a display of goodness.
So how do you
Goodness. You want to bring as much good as you can. If it's good, I want to bring more of it, because that's what Hashem wants. It's also, and Hasidus is not individual. No, nothing. I understand that. You're doing it for God. Doesn't mean a human being. I'm doing goodness. Whatever is good, I want to do. And if I could do, I want to do it. Whether I'm obligated or not, it's irrelevant whether I'm obligated or not. Right? It's interesting. Avraham Avinu, most things was Ein Mitzvah. He wasn't obligated. Yet he went to the nth degree. Whether it's his hospitality, everything. Everything he did was at the most advanced level. Why? The answer was he was a chassid. Avram was a chassid. If I could do good, I'm going to do the good, whatever good is. provide for the world. They should believe. They should this. They should whatever it is. I'm there. I'm there to do.
But just going back to the Gemara, when the Gemara says what a chassid puts out, says in the Talmud, an hour, an hour, an hour.
No, it doesn't say that. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say that. It says the Chasid Mishom. That's what they did. It's not.
So
To be a chassid means you have to do that. It's the Chasid Mishonim did that.
chesed all day and learn this place.
You could learn all day. Learning is also chesed. That's a chassid. Because that's what Hashem, if that brings good to the world, I want to do it. But I could learn 3 hours, that would be enough. No, but if I could learn 6 hours, 8 hours, or 15, I'm going to learn 15 hours. Because a chassid does, whatever goodness is, a chassid does. He's mischasid in kono. Whatever God wants and God values that, I'm there to do. That's a chassid. You know, it's interesting. It's very interesting. The Gemara says that, the Gemara in Brachos, David's an expert in Brachos. The Gemara says that Rav Gamliel was the Nasi, and his son was deathly ill. So he says to his wife, he's going to Reb Chanina Mendoza to pray for his son. So his wife says, "What? You're not big enough to pray for your own son. You have to go to Reb Chanina Mendoza." He says, "I'll tell you the difference between me and Reb Chanina Mendoza." He says, "I'm Sar Lefnei Melech. I'm a minister before the king. He's Eved B'fnei Melech. He's like the slave before the king." He says the slave goes into the inner chambers of the king to clean his room, and he could approach him, be very close. The minister is only there. He's in the outer chambers. He doesn't go to the inner chambers. That's the difference between a minister and a slave. Well, what's that difference? If you're a Nosi, you have a presence, you have this, whatever you have. Chanim Dosa was what? I'm nothing. If he had Kaf Charubim, and that was sufficient, Dailo, so what does that say about him? What kind of demands does he have? What's his level of expectations from HaKadosh Baruch Hu? There's no expectation. That's the ultimate servant. He's negated. Right? That's what he is. But Rav Chanim Dos, what did he try to do? Only goodness. Because I'm negated, therefore, I'm available to do whatever has to be done. I mean, they really go hand in hand. Because you're an honor, that's why you're a chassid. Many years ago, I had a discussion, very interesting discussion. A certain person, he sat on, he was the president of this person's foundation. Foundation had hundreds of millions of dollars in it. This goes back 25 years ago. And this person calls himself a rabbi. He's head of an organization called Klal. Klal. Okay? Used to be much more popular, this person. And whatever it is. Yeah. So, I once went to the person who actually was his money. He should fund a certain project at a college campus in Duke University. Goes back 25 years ago, the story. So what happened? So my idea was to put Lakewood people, COLA people there, and they'll do the outreach. So this other person says, no, he has his people. No. So I said to this person, he was there, together with the person whose money was, I said, I'll tell you the difference between the Lakewood person and these other people. You know, the other people were quasi, even religious. They were going to be on campus, do outreach. So it's like Hillel type people. You know. But in those days, Hillel was, today you have people who are proper, proper Talmud Chachamim, even who are college campus rabbis. So he says, I'll tell you the difference. I said, you realize it's not a 9 to 5 responsibility. This is somebody who's available, he's dedicated, 24 hours a day, whatever he has to do, he's going to do. If he's a real Ben Torah, if he's a person who learned, Kolper, he's dedicated, he will not leave a stone unturned. These other people, 9 to 5, after 5, I'm not bothering anymore. They're not there. Okay? That's what I said. So you know what this person says? He says, I'll tell you the difference between the Kola person and these other people. The Kola person, the reason why he's so selfless and giving, because he has no sense of self. And because he has no sense of self, he feels he's nothing. So if you're nothing, you're like a rag. These other people, because they have a sense of self, I'm available from 9 to 5 after that. So therefore, it's a whole different type of personality. Therefore, this is a better choice than the other. So what's the ultimate characteristic? He turns it into a rag that's ready to be tossed into the garbage can. into the waste bin. You understand? This was his reaction. But now you can appreciate what's anova. One engenders the other. You know? No, the question is which is. No, one follows the other. To a degree, you could have it.